As founders build out a senior leadership team for the first time, it's definitely not always easy. You have a lot of people coming from different types of backgrounds, different ways of working, different personalities. What was your experience like when you first built out your senior leadership team at BridgeU? And do you have any frameworks you can share that helped you manage that SLT?
I do have a couple of principles that have actually served me very well in the past, both in initially hiring and assembling a senior leadership team and now actually in running that leadership team. I think when I first started hiring senior people, I was in my mid to late 20s, so I was very young myself. And I think in part because of that, I very much approached these senior members of my team with a lot of humility and respect for their experience, what I could learn from that. And I guess also respect for the fact that I wanted to have more of a partnership with those individuals coming into the business. So I use my one-on-ones very intentionally as more brainstorming sessions and opportunities to co-collaborate with those individuals, not as an opportunity to check their homework or micromanage their work. So I think that's one piece of advice I would give, particularly to maybe younger founders, about how to actually bring those people on, set them up for success, and treat them as co-collaborators on this journey. I guess that's in the early days. And then fast forward to now, I have a fantastic team of senior functional leaders. And it's been a really exciting but interesting journey for me, also taking that team from different sort of stages of experience. In the earlier days, of course, we had people who were more those Swiss Army knife managers or leaders who had a broader skill set. And over time, we've invested a lot more in that kind of deep functional expertise. And I've used different frameworks for bringing that team together and trying to make sure that team feels like that is their number one team. And I think something that we have experimented with the last few years, and we've rolled it out differently every year, but I think this year we've probably done the best job we have over the last few years, is OKRs. So objectives and key results. Again, we've experimented with lots of different ways of using OKRs, but I think the way we use them today works very well for an experienced senior leadership team. And that is that we collectively use and define OKRs at the company level. We manage and track them at the company level. And that means tracking performance and progress towards those goals. And senior leaders are, of course, responsible for how their teams contribute effectively into those goals. But what we've done is we've left the definition of OKRs at that level. So what that means is we've allowed those senior experienced functional leaders to establish their own methods of managing and tracking their own team's performance. And I think that's really helped strike the balance effectively between respecting that senior leaders will come into your organization, they'll have done things a certain way in the past that in many ways has worked very well for them. And so you want to give them the authority and the empowerment to do that. But you also want to make sure that every member of the senior leadership team is coming together and collectively striving towards a set of shared company goals or objectives.